It has been quite some time since the Detroit Lions have been in the NFL playoffs. Matthew Stafford was still our quarterback. Jim Caldwell was still our coach. Bob Quinn was our general manager, and Taylor Deckard was a rookie. That's how long it's been since the Detroit Lions have been in the NFL playoffs. And they have a really good chance to get there this year. As a matter of fact, I think that they are going to not only make the playoffs, but win the division. And with the Chicago Bears beating the Minnesota Vikings in Monday Night Football, gave us a little bit of some breathing room in with that division lead. We're still going to have to win against Minnesota at least one of the two times we face them. And the way Josh Dobbs was looking week 12 Monday night, it looks like that won't be a problem. But this dude can scramble, so I'm not going to take that team for granted. But the Detroit Lions are going to do something we haven't seen in quite a while. As a matter of fact, my son was in kindergarten the last time, and he is in the 8th grade. Wow, that is outstanding. So the Lions have an opportunity to do something we haven't seen in a long time, and they're going to do that this year. But this, I wanted to show you guys this. Shout out to Pride of Detroit, because I actually saw this. I didn't even know this website existed before seeing it, but now I know it does, and I will be looking at this for quite some time. This is coming from playoffstatus.com, and here are the percentages for the Detroit Lions to make the playoffs, and even more we'll get into in a second. I just want to say that the Detroit Lions can lock up a playoff spot. I just saw that the Philadelphia Eagles can win. They got a playoff clinching scenario this coming week with a list of things that need to happen. And I think the Detroit Lions will have that same scenario next week as they host or go to the Chicago Bears, a game that I am considering going to. I don't do outside games, especially ones in the cold, but I've already checked the weather. No snow, partly sunny, 43 degrees. I'm going to try to hit all the like Ohio, the close stadiums like the Paycor, the Cleveland, Paul Brown, those guys, Soldier Field, Lucas Oil, the ones that are maybe about 3 to 5 hours away from me. So anyway, let's get back to the point of this video. Now, I hope you guys can see this. It's a little fuzzy on my screen, but I think it is better on the display as you watch it back. This is the NFC playoff standings. And here is the spot that the teams will be in. Now, I think this is kind of cool. These are ranked by current seeding in the NFC. So the Detroit Lions are the 3rd team in the NFC. If you look here, they have a 2% chance to miss the playoffs entirely. They have a 3% chance to be the 7th seed, a 5% chance to be the 6th seed, and a 1% chance to be the 6th seed, and a 1% chance to be the 5th seed. Or, yeah, right. So the 4th seed, I'm looking at the wrong team. Let's try that again. The Lions have a 2% chance to not make the playoffs, a 3% chance at the 7, 5 at the 6, 1 at the 5, a 3% chance to secure the 4th division title or the division spot, and a 48% chance to be the 3rd seed, 34% chance to be the 2nd, and what is that? Less than 1% to be the 1st seed. Now, a lot of this stuff can change as the weeks go on. I even saw on Twitter that and I haven't verified this, but if the Philadelphia Eagles was to lose to the 49ers coming up and the Dallas Cowboys the week after, and the Lions were to win 2 of their games against the Saints and the Bears, the Eagles would then be 10-3. The Lions would then be 10-3, and essentially the Lions could have the lead over the Philadelphia Eagles for the 1st seed. So I don't think that's going to happen on the Philadelphia Eagles side, but stranger things have happened. So that is what we're looking at here. It looks like that for the most part, we are going to settle in to that 3rd seed in the NFC. Now, here's something else that is cool as well. I'm going to try to blow this up so you all can see it. I think this is kind of cool. And if you are a numbers geek like myself, again, like I said it in another video, I am not a math guy. That's not my favorite thing to do, but analytical data is what I'm most excited about. And that's why playoff scenarios, when we get into like this playoff push and these seeding scenarios and things like that, how the Detroit Lions can do this or that, it really it really is what I like to do. So this is coming from obviously the same website. And I think this one is kind of cool, especially if you love numbers like I do. Here is the NFL postseason possibilities. Now up here it says, how far is your team going to proceed in the playoffs? The NFL postseason probability table presents the probabilities that your team will proceed to different playoff rounds. All future unplayed games are assumed one loss with a probability based upon relative team strengths. And then it says click the team to proceed further. So if you got that, it's based on the strength. Now here is the Lions right here. This is where we sit right now, I believe, in the NFL period, the entire NFL. We are currently the sixth spot, the sixth best team in the NFL. If you look at round one, here are the possibilities that we win. If you look at the Lions, the possibility that we win round one, okay? 98%. Round two, 65%. The championship, 33%. That's actually better than I thought. This must be getting to the Super Bowl. So getting to the second round, getting to the third round, getting to the fourth round, the Super Bowl, and winning the Super Bowl. Right. Okay. So I said it right the first time. Winning round one, winning round two, winning round three, getting to the Super Bowl, and then winning the Super Bowl. If I'm understanding that correctly. So it also has, if you click on it here, there's another, is it playoff picture here? Okay, so there's another part where it tells you the probability of you playing certain teams. And it had basically the Minnesota Vikings, like the percentage of us playing them. I would have to go back through it and find it again. But there is a possibility, like they broke this thing down. And again, this is based off of analytical data based off strength. So the Detroit Lions are going to make the playoffs. You know how they're talking about analytics in the games, and if it's more than 4th and 3, you kick a field goal. But if it's under 4th and 3, the analytics say that this is going to happen. That's the same thing with this. So the Detroit Lions, man, even though, I know Dan Campbell said it's all doom and gloom outside of the building, and it's not entirely true. I mean, 7 in a row on Thanksgiving, no pass rush. We got issues, but we can fix those issues. But this type of stuff right here, I mean, all we got to do is get in the dance and anything can happen. I mean, we see what happened with Brock Purdy and the Eagles last year. I think that the 49ers were going to run away with that game. Brock Purdy gets hurt. They don't have a quarterback, and look what happens. So you never know. You never know what happens. We just have to get there and go from there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about playoff. I think, what is it called again? It is called playoffstatus.com, and the percentages, the probability for your team to make said round. I think this is awesome. Love this type of stuff. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. I had a lot of people hurt about the fake Jared Goff video. Y'all was start unsubscribing like, wildfire. And I was like, man, a lot of people were feeling some type of way about a sarcastic video. But so consider subscribing to the channel. It's a cool little animation now, kind of like the thumbs up when you actually subscribe. Pretty cool. So if you haven't done so, consider subscribing. This lion here will be given away when we hit 20,000 subscribers to one of my subscribers. And yeah, so we're trying to get there before the season ends. And we hope that is Super Bowl Sunday. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.